The story of Rome, a civilization that would shape the course of history, begins not with documented fact, but with captivating myth. These foundational stories, passed down through generations, offer a glimpse into the values and beliefs that would define this mighty empire. It's a tale of twins, Romulus and Remus, whose destiny was intertwined with the very soil upon which Rome would rise, and a she-wolf, Lupa, a symbol of fierce maternal care who intervened to alter the course of their fate. It's a story of a city born not only from ambition and grand vision, but also from the harsh realities of blood and conflict. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe for more history videos. It's a story of a city born not only from ambition and grand vision, but also from the harsh realities of blood and conflict. Romulus and Remus, figures larger than life, were said to be descendants of Aeneas, the Trojan hero, and Mars, the god of war. This lineage connected them to both a glorious past and a divine heritage. As infants, they were cast into the treacherous currents of the Tiber River, a desperate act with unforeseen consequences. Against all odds, they survived, rescued, and nurtured by a she-wolf, an act of primal compassion that defied the natural order. Raised by a humble shepherd, far from the intrigues of royal courts, they grew into strong and capable leaders, eventually reclaiming their birthright and setting their sights on founding a new city, a testament to their resilience and determination. But the seeds of greatness often sprout alongside the weeds of discord. Ambition, a driving force in their lives, soon turned to bitter rivalry. A fateful dispute over the precise location of the city's walls, a seemingly minor disagreement, escalated into a tragic confrontation, leading Romulus to kill Remus in a fit of rage. In a chilling declaration, Romulus proclaimed, "So shall it be for all who cross my walls," a grim warning to any who dared challenge his authority. According to tradition, Rome was founded in 753 BC, a date that would forever be etched in the annals of history. Its very birth was marked by fratricide, the killing of a brother, a dark and ominous omen that cast a long shadow over its future. This myth, while not a literal account of historical events, profoundly shaped Roman identity, instilling a sense of shared heritage and purpose. It fostered the belief that Rome was divinely chosen, its people inherently resilient, and its destiny forged in the crucible of struggle and triumph. The story of Romulus was far more than a mere legend or fireside tale. It served as a powerful political charter, justifying Rome's authority, its relentless expansion across the Italian peninsula and beyond, and its dominance over conquered peoples. Romans firmly believed that their city was destined for unparalleled greatness, a conviction that fueled their boundless ambition and drove them to conquer and build. The enduring myth of Rome's founding instilled in its people an unwavering sense of destiny, a belief in their own exceptionalism, and a profound pride in their Roman identity. It served as a powerful, unifying force, binding them together through a shared narrative, a common history, and a collective purpose that justified their relentless pursuit of conquest, and the consolidation of their power across vast territories. The city's very origins, steeped in both violence and the promise of divine favor, irrevocably set the tone for centuries of relentless ambition, political intrigue, and military expansion. An almost constant conflict, both internal and external, that would define its rise and eventual fall. Rome's mighty legions, the embodiment of its military might, would carry this complex legacy to the far reaches of the known world, spreading its influence and its ideals. And so, from the mists of myth and legend, Rome's extraordinary journey to becoming a vast and enduring empire began, a journey that would forever alter the course of Western civilization. Rome's earliest centuries, shrouded in myth and legend, were governed by kings. These were the formative years, a time when the very foundations of what would become a mighty empire were being laid, brick by painstaking brick. 7 kings in all, each contributing in their own way to the city's nascent identity. Each king left an indelible mark, shaping the city's character through laws, building projects, and military campaigns. They were the architects of early Rome. Romulus, the legendary first king, the very founder of Rome, established the Senate, a council of elders, and laid the groundwork for Rome's formidable military traditions, setting the stage for future conquests. Numa Pompilius, his peaceful successor, brought an era of peace and established religious order, founding temples and establishing rituals that unified the diverse population, fostering a sense of shared identity. Later kings, driven by ambition, expanded Rome's territory, built the Forum, the heart of Roman life, and strategically connected the city to the Mediterranean Sea through the port of Ostia, opening up vital trade routes. The Etruscan Tarquins, with their advanced knowledge, transformed Rome into a true urban center, but their increasingly tyrannical rule and disregard for Roman customs ultimately led to a widespread rebellion. The final king, Tarquin the Proud, met his end when he was overthrown, after his son's heinous crime against the virtuous Lucretia ignited a firestorm of outrage and resentment among the Roman people. In 509 BC, the citizens of Rome, united in their desire for freedom, swore a solemn oath, vowing never again to be ruled by a single king. The era of the monarchy came to a definitive end, and the Roman Republic was born, ushering in a new era defined by shared power, civic duty, and the rule of law. Rome's regal dawn may have faded into the past, but its enduring legacy lived on, deeply embedded in the very foundations of the newly established republic. The republic shifted power to the Senate and the people, SPQR. Two consuls led Rome, preventing tyranny, while patricians and plebeians clashed for rights in the conflict of the orders. Plebeians won new protections, like the tribunes and the 12 tables, making law transparent for all. Rome fought constant wars with its neighbors, forging a disciplined, adaptable army. By 264 BC, Rome had conquered the Italian peninsula, not just by force, but by forging alliances and granting citizenship. This policy turned former enemies into allies, swelling Rome's legions. With Italy secured, Rome's ambitions turned outward, to Sicily, and to a new rival, Carthage. The stage was set for a Mediterranean showdown. The Punic Wars pitted Rome against Carthage in a struggle for Mediterranean dominance. Rome, new to naval warfare, built a fleet and won Sicily, but Carthage's defeat bred vengeance. Hannibal, sworn to hate Rome, led his army and elephants across the Alps, stunning the world. For years, he devastated Italy, crushing Roman armies at Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and Cannae. Rome's allies wavered, and the Republic teetered on collapse. Yet Rome endured, adopting the Fabian strategy, avoiding direct battle, wearing Hannibal down. Scipio Africanus struck back in Spain and Africa, forcing Hannibal home. At Zama in 202 BC, Scipio defeated Hannibal, ending Carthage's power. Rome emerged as the master of the Western Mediterranean. The Republic's resilience had triumphed over genius and disaster. Rome's empire was just beginning. Rome's victories brought wealth and crisis. The gap between rich and poor widened, the Republic's institutions strained, and generals like Marius and Sulla turned armies into political weapons. Amid chaos, Julius Caesar rose, brilliant general, master politician, and champion of the people. His conquest of Gaul made him a hero, and a threat to the Senate. Ordered to disband his army, Caesar crossed the Rubicon, igniting civil war. He defeated his rivals, became dictator for life, and reshaped Rome. But ambition bred fear. On the Ides of March 44 BC, Caesar was assassinated by senators seeking to save the Republic. Instead, his death plunged Rome into further turmoil. The Republic was dying, and a new order was on the horizon. Caesar's legacy would echo through the ages. The assassination of Julius Caesar, a pivotal moment in Roman history, unleashed another round of devastating civil war. The power vacuum left by his death ignited a fierce struggle for control of the Republic. From this chaos, Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, emerged as a shrewd and calculating player. He skillfully outmaneuvered his rivals, most notably Mark Antony, a powerful general and Caesar's former ally. Antony's alliance with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, further complicated the power dynamics, ultimately leading to their defeat, and Octavian emerging as Rome's sole ruler. In 27 BC, Octavian, after consolidating his power, took the name Augustus, carefully masking his absolute power behind the facade of traditional republican forms. He understood the Roman people's attachment to their republican past. In reality, he created the Roman Empire, a monarchy in all but name, ushering in a new era of Roman history. Augustus ushered in the Pax Romana, a period of unprecedented peace and stability, which would last for 2 centuries, bringing immense prosperity and growth to the vast empire. Commerce thrived, with trade routes spanning across continents, and cities flourished, becoming centers of culture, innovation, and economic activity. Roman culture, with its art, architecture, and literature, spread across the Mediterranean, leaving an indelible mark on the conquered territories. Augustus implemented significant reforms to the administration, streamlining the bureaucracy and improving governance. and he initiated ambitious building programs, constructing magnificent monuments and public works, while also professionalizing the army, transforming it into a highly disciplined and effective fighting force. He famously declared that he had found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble, its frontiers secure thanks to a network of fortifications and legions, and its people united under a common identity. Augustus's long and prosperous reign laid the foundation for what would become known as Rome's Golden Age, a period of unparalleled cultural and economic achievement. The empire's political system, while a brilliant fiction designed to maintain the illusion of republicanism, proved remarkably durable and would endure for centuries, shaping the course of Western civilization. Under Augustus's leadership, Rome truly became the world's greatest superpower, its influence felt across vast territories. The Roman Republic, with its ideals of citizen participation and representative government, was effectively gone, replaced by an imperial autocracy. But its ideals, though diminished, lingered in the empire's shadow, influencing Roman law, governance, and political thought. Under the reign of Augustus, Rome's glory reached unprecedented new heights, solidifying its place as one of history's most influential empires. After Augustus, Rome's emperors ranged from wise to wicked. The five good emperors, Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, Antoninus Pius, and Marcus Aurelius, brought stability and prosperity. They chose successors by merit, not birth, ensuring competent rule. Trajan expanded the empire to its greatest extent, while Hadrian consolidated and fortified its borders. Hadrian's wall marked the empire's edge in Britain. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, faced constant war but sought wisdom and justice. His death in 180 AD ended the Pax Romana. The empire's zenith gave way to instability as Commodus, his son, took power. The Golden Age faded, but Rome's influence endured. The seeds of crisis were sown. The murder of Commodus plunged Rome into chaos, the crisis of the 3rd century. Emperors rose and fell rapidly, frontiers crumbled and the economy collapsed. Civil war, invasion, and plague nearly destroyed the empire. Salvation came with Diocletian, who split the empire and reformed its administration. His tetrarchy brought temporary stability, but civil war soon returned. Out of the turmoil rose Constantine the Great. Before the Battle of the Milvian Bridge, Constantine claimed a vision of the Christian symbol, leading to victory. In 313 AD, the Edict of Milan granted religious tolerance, ending Christian persecution. Constantine reunited the empire and transformed its religious landscape. The empire was reborn, but its unity was fragile. Constantine's reign marked a turning point for Rome and the world. The ancient order was forever changed. Constantine founded Constantinople, shifting power east as Rome's heart faded. The Western Empire faced relentless invasions, economic decline, and internal decay. Germanic tribes fleeing the Huns crossed into Roman lands sometimes as invaders, sometimes as refugees. Rome relied on barbarian mercenaries, eroding its military's Roman character. In 410 AD, the Visigoths sacked Rome. In 455, the Vandals followed. Provinces fell, Britain abandoned, Gaul and Spain overrun, North Africa lost. The Western emperors became puppets of barbarian generals. In 476 AD, Odoacer deposed the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, ending the Western Empire. Yet Rome's story did not end. The Eastern Empire, Byzantium, endured for 1,000 years. Rome's language, laws, and ideals shaped the world. Its legacy lives on in our cities, governments, and imaginations. Rome fell, but its influence is eternal.